Record, and it is recording my beautiful, beautiful voice.
Man,
Me too!
Well, wait,
Yes,
who
it
are
has. The new third man.
I am the
you? Yes.
third man.
It's Bryan from
Yes,
from
hi.
IRM.
I'm doing
How you
good.
doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. I don't know what I'm getting myself into.
I don't either. I watched the first 5 seconds. I heard Nickelback. I saw another language. I'm like, we
Okay,
haven't
so you
done
guys go
this,
in
so
cold
let's do
too. This is great. Okay, this is perfect.
Yep. The only one I haven't done cold is the one we're gonna be doing with Caveman because the match cards in the description, so I knew the match card.
I see.
Yeah. All right. So I'm
Let's
ready
do it.
when you are.
Yep. 3, 2, 1, play. Ah! That is loud.
Right.
Okay, did anybody else notice that one shot of the guy walking through the crowd?
As if it was an actual
his
wrestling
gear.
show? That's weird, yeah.
Yeah. This is a fucking park. Oh my god.
That was like a
they've done
birthday
this on
party.
the
Like they
street,
had
too.
like those racing checkered flag pennant things.
Yeah.
Like I hope they rent themselves out for little Portuguese. Do the Portuguese have quinceañeras? Because they should. Or if they do, they should have these guys perform at quinceañeras.
Oh, I saw Tombstone, which means someone may not be walking in.
Now I don't want to assume that I know much about Portugal or the Portuguese people. I've never been to Portugal. I'm sure it's very nice. I have friends who have been there. But I do know that the Portuguese soccer team are a little frustrating to watch because they like to simulate that they get hurt. So I'm hoping that's going to make them good wrestlers. Based on that,
Amen.
they should be.
Wait, is this a cemetery or something? No, this is a playground.
Yeah, this is a playground.
Maybe there's a memorial for all the children who have died on the swing sets.
Try to jump off. Get
Oh my
cracked
God,
in the
is
back
it?
of the head.
That's
Have
gotta
you
be one
seen
of
this
them.
Woman?
Just a little old to be dying on a swing set. Come on. Uh-oh.
Just a guy obsessing over.
I've also got Google Translate ready to go in case
Oh
we
my-
need anything Portuguese like translated. Just in case. I don't know. It might help or hurt the experience.
This guy legit looks like a slasher movie villain.
Ah, and so does that guy. I've seen
Yep.
a movie with him.
It's
There's
it's
no
the hacker
there's no way he
4chan.
was cheap booking.
Yep.
We are anonymous. Yeah, the rest of the roster probably wishes they were at this show.
Yeah.
A seguir. Okay. I mean, it's a training video, all right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Andre Vulture.
Next gen graphics.
Nice. It's not the worst name, to be honest. Mateus.
Machiza.
All right.
Mateos. Okay. Words. Red eye in the photo.
Maybe that's his gimmick. Yeah,
He's
why
just
not?
every red eye kid ever. Neckbreaker.
Yeah.
Oh, Metallica.
Now, if there was a drinking game for this, would Metallica in a promo be used for it? That'd be one of the things. Is that one of the
Yeah,
things?
Metallica,
Oh, yeah.
Hollywood Undead, ICP.
Oh, I mean, that's, like, not even
anytime
fair.
ICP pops up.
Headstrong.
Yeah. Limp
I have
Bizkit.
totally.
Yeah, that.
You have no clue how many videos I've seen.
Okay,
where
as
Limp
somebody,
Bizkit pops up.
I nearly spit out my food when you said headstrong, because as someone who played with wrestling figures and would use whatever I had around the house to make little arenas out of it, and would play music, there was definitely a tag team that came out to Headstrong. It totally happened. I think everyone has to admit that they used that.
Oh, Tombstone. Oh, reversal. Oh god, he's
not
low.
okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was really low. I was really thankful actually that he didn't
I
die.
just see Marco versus Polo.
Oh my god.
I think you did.
I really
The
hope
tag team
that this
explodes,
like
Marco
feud
versus
started
Apollo.
after a pool game, like a game that took place in a swimming pool, just went horribly awry. They're now banned from the public pool.
Or they filmed a spot there.
Just a jump cut, like doesn't even make sense. Like all of a sudden they're just in a pool.
Yeah. Oh, punch to the taint.
Is the referee the Vendetta guy? Like, is that a?
I
Okay.
think so. Okay, they have. What the fuck's up with that? What the hell? That's like play mats for a little kid.
Ugh.
Oh boy.
By the way, those mats stink. I hate those mats. By the way, there is so much traction. I have
Yep.
definitely sprained things on those mats. Those puzzle mats. Oh, those are the worst.
Oh, we got a Facebook.
Well, there you go, guys.
Yeah, there you go. If you want to like
Go.
I do like that these guys are using the Portuguese/Brazilian concept of just having one-word names. It's good. It's easy to identify, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, here's some front yard wrestling.
I mean, that's really where it's
no,
at.
this is some sidewalk wrestling.
That's where every slam is a sidewalk slam.
Oh,
That looked like it ended really badly. That's why they cut away.
Okay, now we need to take him to the
Punch is
hospital,
okay.
but let's just make sure we get the final shot at least. Can you just like now writhe around on the ground like you just got injured? But I did just get injured. Okay.
But I did just get in. Maddie, you gotta stop foaming at the mouth. We need to get this final
All right,
shot.
you know what, we'll work around. We'll edit around it. Fine. You're not a team player, Maddie.
don't worry about it. Oh god. Looks like he was
Marcus was that Marcus?
It's nice
like
that they're using
Romano?
their own watermark to cover up their lower third. That's good. That's good editing, guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've learned that if there's any graphics in Backyard, it's usually done horribly.
I mean, hey, you don't want anyone taking credit for this masterpiece.
I'm gonna see what. Oh, sorry. Actually mean anything? No, it's just a name. Oh, I was looking for what Miriam
when I
Inferno is. Obviously,
translated
Inferno
it,
is hell.
originally.
No parque completo. Okay, in park complete. That's all I got.
So-
Hell in the full park is what
You're wrestling.
Google tells me that means. That park does not look full.
Oh god, oh god, oh, I
Would've
thought he was
been
gonna dump
amazing.
him on the bench.
Like, I get that when you're backyarding, you're not really, like, making gear and stuff like that. Like, you're just wrestling and whatever. But you gotta at least vary it up so, like, not everyone's in, like, a black t-shirt and ripped jeans.
Oh,
Like,
the
you
one
can go
video
to, like,
we
a-
watched.
You
That
can,
was
like, go to
basically everyone
Goodwill and drop maybe $5 on a pair of pants, 10 and you maybe get a t-shirt and possibly a jacket, too. And, like, easily... Because there are people who love this stuff. I mean, you know what? There's a twisted part of us that all of us love these things. And if you want to watch it, you want to at least know who's who, and this is not helping.
Can't even see his face. Some of the identities have been changed to protect the innocent. Oh, what?
Okay, so it's
title
just gonna
is
be
that?
because we're 8.5 minutes in, and we're still at promos. We're at like hype videos now. Is this gonna be like? Is this
I
gonna be like
think
50 minutes of hype videos?
Yeah,
and
it
then
goes
10
on-
minutes of wrestling? Because then in that case, that tells me that the only wrestling that has made its way to Portugal is Smoky Mountain. Because that is every Smoky Mountain show.
No, it looks like it ends a couple minutes in. A couple more minutes. It's like 2 more minutes.
Okay.
About 11 minutes.
You know what that sort of looks like? The yellow mustard belt, but with the strap.
Oh wow.
It does. Oh, also, I noticed this during the promo. These people have women wrestlers. They're the first backyard company I've seen that have women wrestlers.
Well,
I've seen it a couple times.
Yeah. I forgot what it was. I saw. It was like
What's that one that everyone likes that has like Sweet Savard and those guys in it? That has, I think, a couple, right?
Yeah. I know ESW had a couple during their weird shitty invasion angle. Also, we can mark it down. Here's another one for the drinking game. Guys in full athletic gear wrestling.
Oh, so like rash guards and stuff? Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
at least they're trying.
Yep. They show up every time because ESW had Aztec. Dangerous Grove has a couple people.
I mean, you know what? If you're gonna do that, as long as not everyone's wearing that, you're fine. Because at least you look different. You look identifiable.
What? It's the Gimp!
And he's gone to med school.
It's the local robber.
And for the Gimp.
Like, he looks like he's in
It's
scrubs.
Rob's
Is he in
Banks.
scrubs?
I think he is.
Uno, dos, adios.
Yeah.
Wait, is that supposed to be like a Russian sickle?
Also, wait, is...
'Cause that's great.
Yeah.
I think so.
The neon
What
pink
the fuck?
communist. I love it.
Oh god.
You know one of these kids got draws.
Maybe that's why there's a cross in the park. Maybe that's what the memorial is for. Every
Makes total sense now. The clown?
like it's a backyard fed
Wow,
where
they
every
call it.
show is a memorial show for someone who was horribly injured at the previous show.
I love it.
He's got a bucket.
Please just be filled with...
No,
ice
no,
water.
I've seen the Harlem Globetrotters. It's gonna be confetti.
Oh.
Do 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 do.
And the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge.
They're coming out to a remix of In the End, it sounds like.
I'll believe you.
It's some Linkin Park song.
Ah, I love that wind. Love that wind
Also-
sound. Oh my God, they're still using that
Yep.
cross. You know what? I gotta be honest.
It's not a
if
ba-
they don't use that cross and those steps there, I'd be upset. I'll be very upset if they don't because to be
It's
completely
water.
honest with you, like you're not doing backyard right if that's not getting used in some way.
Yep. Jesus Christ. The camera's being possessed by a wind demon. Heavy metal music. Also, we have the first clown. His face is all painted up.
Well, we can take out the clown.
Yeah. The first clown is in the...
It had like shit.
Yep. Also, now I feel like we're in an episode of Puerto Rican Cops.
Is the dog part of his music, or is it like something in the neighborhood?
I'm pretty sure
Okay.
it's something in the neighborhood. And knowing this country, it's probably some big fuck off
It's
pitbull.
Portugal. It's not like it's like it's not a country full of barrios.
Please use that cross. I'm begging you, use that cross. This little kid is so screwed because the other
I
guy's
mean, it's
got,
totally
like,
a
5
Chekhov's
years
gun
on
thing.
him.
You wouldn't show it like multiple times if you didn't use it, which means they probably won't use it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
No commentary, making this feel very much like a Fight Club video.
This is like bum fights. I love it. Ooh.
Body slam.
Every time I see this, like, I know that if someone got horribly injured, they would edit it out. And yet I still that was it.
Wait,
Yep.
did he just count even if he didn't have a finger? Oh my god.
Tá de brincadeira, cara? Tá de brincadeira? 3. No começo já? Cara, eu nem bati nele ainda.
All right.
Squash. Just gonna turn into oh, we have a cameo
Oh my
by the
God.
sun.
What's that music? Oh no, it's just the wind. Just the wind. Just the wind. Still just the wind doing the music.
Yeah. An elbow drop that clearly never connected.
I mean, if it did, that'd probably be worse.
laser-
Let's be.
It sounds like Mother Nature's making a run in.
The newest superstar, Mother Nature. Oh, they're using the fence as ropes. Flying Liu Kang kick. Oh my god,
please
don't
fall
fall
through
through
the
the fence.
Decent monkey flip. I'll give him that.
Oh, it's kind it's kind of like one of these videos we had. The kid went to go to the top rope, and it was just a shitty rope made with a clothesline and whatnot, and the
And they just used it.
turnbuckle
They decided
broke.
we're not going to try to reshoot that or try to
Yep.
because that would be editing, and we don't want to do that because that takes work.
Yep.
I mean, I'm all for
Yeah,
things
I
that
mean,
don't
it
take
was
work,
plainly
but
obvious.
you know.
Oh, beer. 1 second, guys.
Should we pause or?
No,
you
I'm
guys
riveted.
continue.
I'm
I'll be right
loving
back.
the story they're telling. The story being this is a park on a windy day, and my cat. Okay, I'm already through like 1 can of Diet Dr Pepper, and on my second, and I put the can on my coffee table. My cat has knocked it over with his tail like 3 times, so I had to like move it because you keep hearing that in the background, and it keeps like It startles me every
Honestly-
time.
Honestly, I'm more happy to hear that than watching this match.
Oh, well, here you go. I'll mic it completely. There you go. That's what it sounds like mostly. And then it sounds like.
Okay.
Wait, sorry, that was the wind.
Oh.
Good lord. Like, they sell windscreens. You can, like.
I mean, the least you can do is, like, you know, move out of the way, you know, when the wind is blowing. I mean, that's the least you can do. But
How many times do you think they've had the cops called on them because some of the neighbors in those houses across the little alleyway are watching what's happening and being like, that doesn't look right. Someone should stop that.
I bet that's happened multiple times.
Like, I'll be honest. I think everyone who is a wrestling fan grew up involved in some sort of backyard wrestling, or at least played around with their friends or whatever. I was a referee because I was scrawny growing up, and yeah, I mean,
wrestled with
I
my
was a
brothers.
referee for like a backyard-y kind of fed. They did like 2 or 3 shows, and we like met in a park because we couldn't use someone's backyard the one time, so we did it in a park. And I was terrified that we'd get like in trouble. And I don't think I was alone. I think everyone was kind of quietly terrified that we were in a public park doing like wrestling stuff, and you know that someone was going to see it. Like how many times do you think they're getting the cops called on them?
Oh, I've seen a couple videos end with like either police
That's
or like
wonderful.
an adult showing
Like they don't
up.
cut it early enough.
Yeah, like you can hear the siren just drive up, or you hear like someone go, "Hey!"
You shut the fuck up.
You know, if you pretend
I
that
know
that
in the
sound of the wind isn't the wind, but just a bunch of fans with like those thunder sticks things, then it maybe helps add to it. Okay, they're using those random stumps as corners. I guess when you have it, might as well use it. Credit to them for using what they got.
Ironically, I think this is the second or third video I saw with a park in it. And the one I didn't use is it ended with a thumbtack spot. And the thumbtack somehow got stuck in the guy's head the wrong way.
Like sideways?
Oh.
No, like the flat end in his head
How?
with the tack sticking out.
I guess like
I don't know.
physically, I'm not
I
sure.
also chose this because it was the only one I saw that wasn't
Physically,
a death
that.
match.
Oh, I mean, now I'm a little sad you didn't give me a death match. Wait,
No, because like they cut the video and that's the end of the video because you could just see the kid bleeding like a bastard.
Well, I mean,
and then it really makes you question it makes you question your life when you're watching kids, likely kids, bleeding all over the place. And it's bad enough that they're doing it, that you're just watching it on YouTube. You're just like, oh, okay. Oh, that's not that great. That's pretty terrible. Like, at what point do you just kind of...
Oh my god, that kid almost fell through the
It would be
fence.
better if that's a ravine down there. Like, not even... Oh, it looks kind of steep, actually.
Oh,
All right. Well, you gotta say, don't blow that spot in the first match, kid. Come on.
yeah.
Have some respect.
Oh god, I thought he was gonna
Have some
brainbuster. Oh
respect.
no, fisherman.
You know, respect the biz, kid.
Also, one thing Caveman pointed out, and I can't stop seeing it, is when refs
God,
don't
that's
really
the
hit
worst.
the ground.
Oh no,
They
I
count
saw that
sometimes.
earlier. I'll hold off on that. Maybe I just caught one bad one, but no.
Yeah.
They're like, you know what? They don't want to hurt their hand.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably stickers on the
Oh,
ground.
actually, to be fair, that is dirt. It's not like it's a normal mat. Like if you could you do that one time on put on some gloves, but like, oh.
Also, these shoulder tackles are missing by like a quarter mile. Slap.
It's way funnier if you watch this thinking that somewhere Kevin Dunn is in the production truck getting pissed at this. That's just way fun. It's way funnier if you think of it that way. It helps you get through it a little bit.
He has a keyboard in his mouth. He has a keyboard in his mouth.
That's
He's
how
just
angry
chewing
he
on
is.
it.
He's just like, I have nothing left to say about this.
Ironically, the stuff we're doing with Caveman
Oh,
is all
he gets the death matches.
stuff.
I see how it is.
Yep.
Oh no.
You will get one.
Oh, boy.
Once I find one where I'm like, yeah, this is so bad, we got to do a 4-man.
Oh,
I'll get
it's
you
gonna
and
be just-
Caveman and
Just a
yeah.
complete carousel of disaster.
Yep. Because the thumbtack one, I'm like, yeah, that's almost bad
Oddly
enough
enough,
that we
Carousel
could all
of
do.
Disaster was the name of this promotion's last show.
Funny thing is, a lot of these promotions are going away for 2-3 years and then coming back.
Yeah.
I guess they go to college.
ESW, Dangerous Grove.
Do they go to
KBW.
Do they all go to JUCO and then come back after 2 years?
Yeah. Well, because I know ESW, they started in 2005, took a break in 2010, and then came back.
I did
last
see
year.
that, which is
No, 2 years.
again another thing that makes you question your life choices. That when you're like, man, I am up to date on that backyard fed somewhere in the deep south news. Or no, they're in are they in Oklahoma, Texas? Where are they? I forget where they are.
They're in Texas. They're somewhere in Texas. I know Dangerous Grove is in Mobile, Alabama.
Okay.
ESW's in Texas, and I got one on the border of Mexico. That KBW show we done. And just it's so weird because I've noticed most backyard stuff, other than the stuff that happens in a park, are either deep south or on the border of Mexico.
Also,
And it's
Now I have to ask you,
weird.
gentlemen, something because this is something that I can't lie. I've watched my share of random backyard videos with friends. I mean, I know a lot of the ones you're talking about. Not all of them, but I do know a good amount of them. When you see okay, these are clearly just two kids who like wrestling who are just being silly and being dumb jamokes, just like wrestling in a park with a camera. and editing it and putting it on YouTube because they can do that, and that's what they're doing as a hobby, and it's silly. When you see this being done by people who clearly are trained, like they clearly have training, they clearly have... What's weirder? Is it like... Is this more uncomfortable, or is it when it's like, you're probably trained enough to be a wrestler doing this in a backyard?
When the ones are trained for me, because other stuff, it's just kids hitting each other with light tubes and stuff.
By the way, I love how you just dismissed that.
Stuff,
it's just some kids hitting each other with broken glass and... I
have seen
I know,
way
but
worse
still,
in my
it's
time.
just, it's...
The best way to describe it, I've hit the bottom of the barrel like, I can't get any farther than this, and I break through and keep going.
Underneath it. That referee has lost interest in the match about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah,
that is the common theme with all these. The refs on it.
You know they're the guy who wants to wrestle, but they're like, "No, we need a ref, bro." And he's like, "Oh, fine." Oh, I thought he was.
Ironically, one of our recurring characters in this, LG Shorts, as I've nicknamed him, because he wears bright lime green shorts, is a referee. And he became a wrestler. And it's so weird seeing him as a ref, because he's wearing like the ref shirt, but it's not tucked in. And he's wearing these bright fuck-off shorts.
And
just like, you could spot him a mile.
Like, seriously, like, it came to a point where we were, like, so distracted by the shorts that we weren't even, like, looking at the match.
I'm just staring at his bright shorts.
Yeah. We were trying to figure out where he got them.
Maybe he's somewhere off camera on this video. That explains the glare. Christ. He's using it like it's like a globo light. Just kind of he's like a film over a light.
Yeah. Also, I think that was sliced bread number 2.
The only sliced bread number 2.
Off the fence. So that was actually
there was never a first sliced bread, was there? Huh.
That's what I think of. No.
Maybe that's the actual loaf of sliced bread. The concept of an actual loaf of sliced bread is number 1.
Or it could be the.
Or maybe. But maybe sliced bread number 1 is actual sliced bread, and sliced bread number 2 is the wrestling move. They have to name it number 2. That way, no one tries to make a sandwich out of the wrestling move.
I could see it. Also, discus kicks.
I'll give him credit. I'll give him creativity points for the discus kick. Why not?
Ironic. Oh, please. Oh, no, he's going to bucket him.
Oh, no.
It's the Ice Bucket Challenge.
What? It's for charity.
Also,
I'd rather he sold it like it was acid. He should have sold it like it was battery acid. Not just...
Yeah.
He's just mildly
just
angry.
Screaming, running, just jump the fence.
What was the point of having the...
I don't know. Also, I'm pretty sure he's got a t-shirt tied around his waist or something. Or it could be his underwear peeking out. Oh!
You know what? Props to him for going shirtless, too. I'll give him that.
Yep. Funny thing is, a lot of the wrestlers do, and it's a lot of the deathmatch workers that do it.
My bare body is being ripped to shreds. My nubile preteen body, which is just something you don't want to hear me say.
The worst is they had Austin G do a shirtless one, and he took a thumbtack bump. And he was like maybe 11.
Either 11 or...
Oh my god, are we going to another 13 minutes of promos?
Let's find out. Oh, it's fingerless glove
I always
kid.
gotta have someone fingers close.
Another common denominator between brands.
He did get dressed though, which is nice of him.
He put his t-shirt on. He's still soaked all to hell.
I was like, they might have filmed this the next day.
He walked in the frame, looked at the kid, and almost.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to look the next. It's he clearly filmed the next day. Oh my god, his name is anonymous. Oh my god, it actually is anonymous. The entire hacker group
anonymous,
coming off their victory over ISIS
and Scientology.
Oh, Palau? Is that P-A-L-A-O? Or Paulo? Paulo!
E-L...
Paulo, yeah.
Paulo.
Paulo.
Anonymous versus Paulo.
Inferno no Parque match. Okay.
Fire, no parking.
Thank you, because I was about to...
No fire parking. Gotcha.
All I'm imagining is there's a guy driving around on fire. He just sees this.
He's
sign.
just looking around for parking.
Marcus versus Paul. It was Marcus versus Paulo. Close a fucking
Marcus
enough.
Paulo. It's one of the most popular swimming pool games in Portugal.
Yeah.
So, he does the nut punch, but it looks like he
Another
just uppercutting
popular
his-
swimming game in Portugal. Not getting stung by jellyfish. I just assume that there's
Portugal,
a
man
lot
of war,
of
man.
Aldo Montoya is the only reason I believe that there's a lot of jellyfish in Portugal. That is the only reason I think that. And he wasn't even Portuguese.
Pessoas idiotas.
And Man-O-Wars aren't even
Que não conhece o
Portuguese.
pai
Like they're
e
just
outro que quer
jellyfish.
impressionar uma menina retardada. Eu estou cansado disso. Eu vim para causar revolução, trazendo sangue.
This better end with expect us.
In English, which would be pretty cool. But like the whole, like I don't know, that
Is it
vibe
fun?
really felt like I was waiting to see like someone tied with like today's newspaper, and like it was gonna end in a beheading video. Like it just got that feeling to me. Was really worried.
I can see it.
I was like, we're gonna see a live beheading on Backyard Wrestling.
Yeah, where...
I will admit I've seen some
never seen a
injuries on
beheading, no.
Backyard.
Or dismemberment.
No, or
Obviously,
I've
we
never
have.
seen snuff. Well, snuff videos aren't on my high list of actually doing it, but I have seen a couple where you can obviously tell the guy's broken his arm or something.
No.
Or like somebody cuts an artery, because I mean the one we did with Caveman...
Oh, the guy got cut and he
It
just
starts
it
squirting.
was a cut about the size of a dime, and it opened up and it just
Okay.
covered his arm.
That's.
Pensa que é o melhor da vida.
Honestly, of those two things you just described, it's the broken arm that probably would have made me a little more squeamish than the blood.
Well, you could tell because have you ever seen the videos where the arm pops forward and it's just the muscle?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, those are definitely more
Yeah.
uncomfortable for me to watch. That's way worse. Like,
Ironically, it happened because of an arm bar.
oh, you mean a move that is designed to basically hyperextend and break your arm? Okay, can't imagine that. Couldn't imagine
Yep,
that would
the
have
kid
gone
did it.
wrong.
The kid did it for
went,
real and fucking
It went horribly
destroyed his
awry.
arm.
Nunca mais.
Yep. I laughed. I'm like, motherfucker, the real does it for a reason. Yeah. Son of a- it's so gimmick. If he's a stalker, the mask better come off and reveal be a midget.
No, the
eating.
mask should come off, and he's actually like three midgets with the trench coat on each other's shoulders.
Three
on each
vanilla
other's
midgets
shoulders,
in a man
like-
costume.
I always wanted that to be some sort of thing. Like, clearly the run-in with the mask guy is just like a dude, a full-size dude, but then the unmasking happens, and it's like two midgets on each other's shoulders with a trench coat.
So
Oh
I'd be
my
like
god,
Hornswoggle and
I would
Ocarina.
love that. I should book that. Which, by the way, when I say something like I should book that, means I should be nowhere near the book of any legitimate wrestling company. Or even any illegitimate wrestling company. I should just
Oh.
not be anywhere close to that, because...
Just wait until you see my
Oh, God.
CAW league. It has a literal pedophile luchador.
Is he called El Dateline?
I thought the exact same thing.
Okay,
No,
his
he's called El
finisher
Primo.
should be a lariat called the Dateline.
He does do a lariat, but his finish is the pedigree.
Is it spelled P-E-D-O hyphen gree? Of course it is.
Yes.
I'm angry. I'm angry by that now.
And he comes out to Mother by Danzig.
Why? Because there was no song called I Diddle Kids that you could have used? Okay.
Exactly. That and the opening line is Mother tell your
Yeah,
children not
that
to
would
walk
do
my
it.
way. Originally he was a CAW of Naked Minion.
It's a good thing I don't have any credibility to begin with, because I feel like I'd be losing it just with this conversation.
Yeah.
I have negative credibility.
really, because I'm not.
That is
participating in
fair.
this.
You are probably the smart one of the three of us here.
Yeah.
Also, Anonymous.
Sleepy
they
the Phantom of the Uprising, Portugal. It sounded like the piano sounded like the Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, I could see.
In quotes.
He's walking like he has to, like he shot himself.
This is another instance of unnecessary quotes. I always get annoyed when I see unnecessary quotes. It's like if a bakery was like
Anonymous.
advertising fresh, warm bagels and they had the word fresh in quotes, you'd be questioning that. And people do that all the time. Like, I don't want to believe that he's, air quotes, anonymous. It's like he is. Don't use the air quotes.
Also, it's gotta be like really warm out, and he's wearing that hoodie.
How great it would be if he like just took off the hoodie and the jeans and he wrestled in the mask and a Speedo. I would not see that coming, and you know what? That'd be great.
I would.
And also,
I didn't realize I was booking this.
I just love how you said, I don't know why he's wearing like a hoodie, you know, when it's hot outside. And I just heard, so I made a big mistake.
I didn't check AccuWeather before I went outside. Oh, that's the worst. That's like an honest to goodness adult problem that I realize I have now. It's like I'll get dressed and be like, oh, I'm ready to go to work. I'm like, oh, I totally did not check the weather and I am poorly dressed for work today. I put a sweater on and it's
There's a
and
dog.
it's 55. What the hell? There's a dog.
I
He's
saw a
wrestling the
dog.
dog.
And the dog's gonna
He
do
is
a
the
run. It's just gonna
interspecies
start
champion of the
face-humping
world.
guy.
And again, no one's using the cross. I'm assuming
there's
those
people
people are
sitting
not
on
part
it.
of the show.
No, and the group sitting on
Oh
it
my
were
God, wouldn't
making
it be
out.
great if like there were people like mourning whoever that's a tribute to while they're having a match in the background? Oh my God, that'd just be the best. That'd just be the best.
We're here live at the
best
newest.
or worst.
Inferno.
Okay, first to escape the park, I think, because primero escapar would be first to escape. And I don't speak Portuguese.
So this is literally a Mexico-America border.
I guess.
So this
Run
is
to the border match.
So this is a loser leaves the park match.
No, the loser doesn't leave. He gets shot into the
This is
sun.
kind of like harkens back to the false count somewhere match.
Yep. That's what this whole show is. It's gonna end with Kenny Omega showing up and
False
murdering
count
one of these
somewhere.
kids.
This is not, in fact, somewhere. This is nowhere.
Yeah.
This is somewhere in Portugal. That's all we know.
From a remote location in Portugal.
Don't punch his mask, you fool!
Implying that mask has.
Yeah, they're
some
like, he
protection.
might be Simone under there. That head would just not take any sort of damage. As we all know, Samoans have indestructible heads.
Samoans
any
and
sort of
Tongans.
Pacific Islanders, because we like being, we'll just prejudice an entire general area of the world of people. I mean, I guess it's not a. Is it still a stereotype if it's kind of a beneficial one? I mean, like, it's not.
Not
so it's,
really.
it's more of a compliment. It's a generalized compliment.
Oh, what the fuck are
It's
you
a
trying to do
generalized
there,
compliment that
Anonymous?
all Samoans.
He just shoved both his hands in his mouth and grabbed the top and bottom jaw and pulled.
Like was that somebody's fatality in Immortal Kombat?
Yeah, that's Jackson. He just and then puts a cigar on your tongue.
And it was also in Shaolin Monks when you did a
Yep.
fatality with Reptile and Boss Battle.
Oh my God, he just did the Tim Allen from Home Improvement laugh. He just went, oh, 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 oh. It's great. Oh my God.
I like to imagine that
I
was dubbed
want
in.
his finisher to have something to do with Tool Time.
Yeah, please.
Hits him with a truck. Or hits him with the camera.
Someone's gonna get just shot, shoved through some drywall. It'd be
That's
wonderful.
basically every indoor backyard video I've ever
gotta
seen.
go with what works. Stick with what works.
Yep. Oh, I've seen ones where they've set up the garage and it ends with the garage door opening and the mother honking at them.
I saw one, I think it was suggested by one of our friends. Like, it pretty much, like, the match went into, like, a trailer, and, like, it ended with somebody, like, throwing someone through the trailer roof.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Fucking, we have one of our buddies, the guy who actually created the logo for us, Rabid Raccoon, looking for backyard stuff because he knows a lot of it, and he found us one from like 2004, and it ended with a guy getting
How
thrown through a
excited
roof
do you
of a
think
trailer.
backyarders are when they find out that there is something that one of their parents is about to throw away? And it's like, oh my god, we need to like build an angle around this. We need to build a show around this whole spot. You know they have like an idea for a spot.
Soon
Like,
as
we'll
they
just build a show around it. It's fine.
Yep. ESW did
I
that.
bet.
The infamous thumbtack bat event.
Well, it's so infamous that I'm not aware of it. So do tell.
The entire, every single match has that bat as like the weapon of choice. They have
Okay.
like 4 or 5 of them. And
Is it
it's a
just because
bat
they
covered
found
in
themselves
thumbtacks.
with a wealth of thumbtacks and bats? So they're like, hey, we can use these.
Yep, it's wiffle ball bats.
I mean,
It's
they're
like
not that
kid
hard
wiffle
to
ball
find.
bats.
I mean, you can go to a store and pick up 6 right. I could probably go to a store somewhere in Northern Virginia right now and pick up 6. I mean, it's not like they're hard to find. I'm talking like something like, hey, we're driving this car out to a junkyard. And it's like, oh,
I've
well,
seen
we'll
that.
use it and do some moves through it.
I've seen that.
Shitty cutter.
Also, he was trying to climb the fence, and the fence was sagging like a bitch.
You definitely saw it coming.
These punches.
They're so good. I mean, he's really
I'm just waiting for one of
he's
these
really
to turn
working
into a
the
shoot.
head.
Oh, there's kids now gathered around the cross.
Well, I guess they could say they finally drawn a crowd.
You know, all those
wrestling.
those troublemaking kids just going out to parks, making out in backyard wrestling. That's what the kids are into these days. It's like a giant ridge
is
potato
that?
chip.
It does.
So therefore, that's what it is.
It honestly
That is
looks
what
like
it
a
is.
piece
He's
of-
got the giant potato chip.
Oh my god.
We'll figure out what it's made out of when he hits
It's
him
like a
with
big
it.
piece of matzah. Oh!
Point at the gun.
Oh! In fact, you
Oh.
can't take just one. There's your line. There's your commentary line, guys. All right, bumper, and I'm out. Drops the headphones, walks to.
Doesn't
Oh
even
my
start
god!
recording,
there's
just fucks
yeah,
off.
you're gonna get like a file that's gonna be like 2 hours long, and like after like 30 or so minutes, it's just gonna be silence. 42 minutes, whatever. Oh my god. Okay, so this is clearly
They're gonna ask,
this is
"Hey,
clearly
what
an
the hell
escape the
happened to
park
Bryan?"
match. Okay, I thought you
Yep.
couldn't.
I would, if I'm in a match like this, especially like one with the fence so low,
Super kick.
I'm bringing that little Sin Cara trampoline. As soon as the match starts, I'm hitting the trampoline,
Whoa.
jumping the fence, and fucking off.
Well, that was interesting. I mean, the problem was he
I
let
thought
him.
he was gonna go for
Yeah,
a
no,
giant
I thought so
swing.
too, and that's
I would have popped.
like that would have been a good slingshot if he didn't like just. I don't have any. I don't
Anonymous
even have
collapses
words
from heat
anymore.
stroke.
Well, I mean, you know, he's probably dehydrated. He's wearing a sweatshirt. It's hot out. The sun is glaring.
He's wearing a
I mean, if
mask.
the sun is beating
Well,
down on him as much as it's beating down on the damn camera lens, then he's probably sweltering in there.
Brian, we've learned it's not the sun; it's
That's
OG
right.
shorts from Texas.
It's not the heat. It's not the heat. It's the humidity.
Se você queria que as coisas fossem pessoais, você
Take
conseguiu.
the damn mask off.
It's part of his
Take it
face.
off.
It'd be like
Take
ripping his
it
skin
off.
off. You can't do that.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize we were doing
I guess
luchador
so.
rules.
Portugal isn't like a. I mean, it's not the same as like Spain or Mexico, but I mean, you know, probably is the same rule, right? Immediate disqualification? I'm gonna go
Yeah.
with it. It's canon now.
Boom.
Anywhere that has a subsidiary of Spanish,
Yeah, something
you
like
can't
that.
rip the mask off a luchador.
Which, by the way, my 4 years of high school Spanish not helping me a lick with this Portuguese. Like, I really wish someone would translate these punches and stomps.
Yeah, seriously.
Son of a bitch.
Like they're trying to tell a story and I can't understand.
And there's our tagline. Yardtard Chronicles Episode 7. Translate
Okay,
these
it's all
punches and
yours.
stomps.
Belly to belly, kind of.
Belly to something.
Belly to belly, some sort of
Grass.
move. It wasn't a suplex. It was a toss.
I always love elbow drops in backyard wrestling because they're so non-committal. Because, like, let's be honest, when you throw an elbow drop, like, if you watch a guy in wrestling, like, he's basically kind of doing he's kind of almost doing a break fall in the process. Like, he's dropping his entire body on the ground. And the
Got a bigger
freaking
chip.
ground sucks in a backyard. Like, there's probably rocks and dirt and shit. So, like, you really don't want to do that. So it's always these non-committal, like, I'm going to kind of half crumple into the ground on this elbow drop. I think he
he's
just
got a table set up.
I think he
Super-
flat out
oh
kicked
my
him in the
God!
face there. I think he flat out. If he
That
wasn't
was a
wearing that
shoot
mask, he
kick.
might have been hurt.
Let's be honest, he probably broke the
Actually, that would
mask.
be a really cool, like, if you had a spot where you could have him like break the mask with something, or you could just do a quick cut for it. That'd be pretty impressive. I'd mark for that.
Yeah, that'd be a great spot.
Oh, his knees must have.
Oh.
That sucks. Ow. I don't even have anything clever to say for that. That ow probably
His
hurts
knees.
like hell.
Dude, this
That hurt his destinies.
Blake. That was
That pun
no,
would never ever die.
Like that is.
it
Like,
deserves to
guys,
die.
don't get old. Don't get old like me. Because like you start watching this, you go, oh, these guys are probably so hurt right now. this probably hurts like so much. Like that's don't get old. That's what you start thinking. It's way less fun. You're like you start going into somebody might get hurt mode, and it's not a good place to be. At least when you're watching something where clearly people are getting hurt.
Well, to be fair, like that's my occasional thing.
All right, so you still have a bit of a soul.
Oh, that-
we can save you yet.
Me, I don't care. If you're stupid enough to put it on the internet, I'm allowed to make fun of you.
Oh my God! Did they like alter his grunts? That's
think they
dedication.
did.
You know what? That's dedication to it.
Yeah.
I'll give them points for
They
that.
are not. They are not. Yeah, they're not half-assing the anonymous character.
What the hell
I
is
don't
that
know.
sticking
I
out
think
of the
he realized he
ground?
didn't want to hit it.
Yeah, because we'd end up with that scene from Shaun of the Dead where he pushes the girl onto the lead pipe.
Oh, nice.
And
You had the right camera angle for it.
now they're... What the fuck were you doing there for a second? It's like laying on... Also, there's a big enough hole, just jump through that hole. Jump to the hole and run to the highway. I would love this match forever if that's how it ended. Like Anonymous is starting to get the shit kicked out of him, he just kicks the guy in the nuts and jumps through the hole under the fence.
I don't even understand.
And also, I just noticed, like, this, there was a video that we did where, you know, there was wins sort of like this, but they had, like, the video, like, muted, and they were just playing music.
Oh, that just.
Oh, those I hate.
I hope
hate those with
you
a
just
passion.
can choose not to do them.
Well,
I
I think Blake
we
muted
don't-
I was gonna say you'd have to.
I
That would
muted
just
the
drive
video.
me insane.
I muted the video and I'm like, yeah, because some of it was like by Skillet and Rev Theory and whatnot, so I just muted it.
Yeah, and also
It's
that
like, what's the
was-
point? It's like when people put like music over like porn videos. It's like, why would you even?
Yep.
Like, who makes porn
Porn
music
music
videos?
videos,
Like
yeah.
at this point, it's like that. We're not watching it for your video editing skills.
Oh my god, are we getting a... Oh, no, I thought we were getting a crossroads. Last move I've ever saw from that position, it was supposed to be a reverse suplex, and the guy slipped and ended up dropping his buddy on the head.
And also, Blake, I have one thing to say about, your comment. Lower your expectations. If you're expecting a crossroads, don't. Like, it's
Honestly, I was hoping for it because I knew it'd be shitty.
I gotta be honest, like, I'm...
Oh.
If backyard stuff is really particularly bad or obnoxious or awful, I start rooting for someone to get hurt. I'm not at that level with these guys. Like, this is just weird and generic and stuff. Like, I'm not at the point where I'm hating them and I'm like, oh, please, someone get hurt.
I do that a couple times for ESW because I can't stand juggalos.
There was one where I'm just,
Little confession. I used to be one.
We're getting all the confessions out here. Look at that.
Yeah. So, I hate juggalos.
Okay. Well, now they're getting... As your therapist, I'd like to delve into that.
Because it was when you do something really stupid as a teenager.
Which is usually called being a teenager. Yes.
The blunder years, as I refer to it. It was that.
Okay.
Please fence break. Please fence break.
Oh!
Car driving by. It could be an unmarked cop car.
Oh,
that's
Jesus
the one
Christ.
that.
Oh.
That was obviously not really
That's the
protected.
one that made Chris Benoit kill his family. That's the one.
Oh, cut.
Are you sure that wasn't the one? Was it Tesh dropping him headfirst on a chair? Or not Tesh, Albert?
Yeah. No, that's the joke. I will always make that joke forever and ever. Amen. Because it's like whenever we always used to joke and like watching old Benoit stuff, like, oh, that's the one that did it. That's the one that did it. And so I start doing it with every unprotected head spot, like anywhere.
Oh, funny thing is, we got really uncomfortable because we were doing a deathmatch tube, and we started with a WCW
lovely.
deathmatch. And it was Meng versus Benoit. And there were some unprotected headshots.
I was watching Hog Wild, and it was a match between Dean Malenko and Chris Benoit, and there was a spot where Dean Malenko did a superplex on Benoit, and I think Benoit, I don't know what happened.
Remember how Benoit always used to overextend and he'd land on his head for the superplex?
Do you think Do you think wrestlers? Sorry, sorry, finish. Yeah, you go ahead. I didn't interrupt.
No, I was just saying, it was so bad. And I just thought, yep, that's.
Do you think the wrestlers have those who worked with Benoit had that discussions man, I dropped him on his head at least 3 times in that match with the German suplex. Maybe that was. Do you think they have that discussion with each other? Maybe I'm the one who did it.
Oh, I guarantee Albert's probably sat down with Malenko and probably figured out how many concussions they gave Benoit.
Or maybe Booker T, when he moved out of the way because of for Benoit's suicide dive
Oh
into
my
the table.
god.
Oh, that spot. That's the only that's one of the first spots I saw in wrestling where I couldn't watch it.
Also, I just love how we're talking about Benoit instead of focusing on this match.
Well, I mean, there's so much going on. I mean, they're now over by the swings and the big cross.
Yeah.
And Anonymous threatened a little kid.
Pretty much.
Oh, I hear a dirt bike. We may have a dirt bike run in. It's the dirt bike kid! And then the great Suzuki shows up and breaks his ribs again.
That was a really shitty tornado DDT, by the way.
Yes, it was. Oh, we're almost at the end of the video.
No.
He had 2 matches.
Someone better tell him to go home with it. Someone better tell him to go home. Take it home. No, really, you're beyond curfew.
Take it home and... Take it home and never come back. Oh, STO!
I mean, he sold that like it was a finisher.
Take it home like their supper's ready.
Yeah, they altered his grunts, and he's
That's
doing
wonderful.
a deep voice on purpose.
Ollie, you want to weigh in on this? What do you think of this one?
This isn't
No,
the worst
my
we've done.
cat's like right next to me
Yet.
watching this too, and I was asking what he thought about it, and he just meowed, and he's gonna go wander off and do some cat stuff, which doesn't usually involve watching backyard wrestling. Right, Al?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, twist of fate! No!
Okay. Is he doing shell shock? Of
What?
course he is.
Is he doing show?
What year is this from? Is that like that must have been like that? Okay, so it wasn't like that just
2014.
became a thing. But you know he's been doing that ever since it became a thing.
Mm-hmm. I like to look at these videos. Each one's a time capsule except for a couple. Because usually the little kids' finishers are the most popular moves at the time.
I was gonna say, yeah, like you can tell when they started doing backyard stuff. Ah, the Chekhov gun is here. Time for the Chekhov's gun.
Mhm.
You could tell when they started doing backyard stuff based on their finisher, because it's whatever was popular at the time. So, whenever Ryback was squashing like 2 guys at a time,
Mm-hmm. That's when this.
oh, can I tell a
got
quick
backyard.
Ryback story before this spot happens, which is going to take like 3 minutes to set up? Because now you have Anonymous just
Go
kind of
right
standing
ahead.
there, not sure what to do. Oh, or never mind. There it is. Okay. Huh. I did not see that coming. So, I joke now that first off, the Ryback squashes where they make the guy or the guys do a promo beforehand are delightful and hilarious and wonderful, and I love them.
Mhm.
And a lot of those guys are indie wrestlers or people that occasionally look at it and say, "Oh, I know who that is." And there is a promotion that ran its first show back in September. I don't know when this is going to air. It's like beginning of January right now. But back in September, Nova Pro Wrestling in Northern Virginia, and on that show, and this is now my standard bearer. There were 2 guys on that show who have jobbed to Ryback on WWE television. And I don't know if that could be said by a lot of indie shows.
The local indie promotion here, we had the Dr. Paul Heyman brought in.
Oh, really? Was he booked as being like that? Like was he the draw? Okay,
No,
cool.
he was booked as a wrestler, but he had 8x10s with
Well,
him and Paul Heyman.
Well, to
that he
be
was
fair,
signing and selling.
one of those the 2 guys, by the way, were Bobby Shields, who's kind of local to the DC area. He's really solid, and Chase Owens. Chase Owen actually joined Bullet Club in New Japan shortly after. So he was in New Japan for a bit. He was their NWA Junior Champion. He lost it to Liger. So but he was one of the guys. It was him and Ricky Reyes, I think, that were the ones that jobbed to Ryback in a 2-on-1. And then Bobby Shields was just a 1-on-1 match. Oh my God, I love
Anonymous
that.
is stuck.
It could not have ended any better. Oh my God, he just ripped down the
my
fence.
God,
That could not have been any better. Oh, how pissed are they? They want to reshoot that, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, that just went from a 1 out of 10 to a 5.
That kid is not part of the show.
I hope Anonymous turns around and just kicks the kid.
What is it like a homeless person?
Please, man, I need food, man.
No, that was a fan who watches their videos.
Oh, his song mentions a master, so Vampiro's gonna show up sooner or later.
Oh my God! You guys, they set fire to the whole thing. Oh wait, no, it's just
Oh
it's just the
my
effects.
God, no.
Man, the effects are so real. That's really that worried me. I was worried. I was honestly worried.
So, Bryan, what do you think?
Well, I gotta say, of all the backyard videos that I've seen, that sure was one of them.
Would you be willing to do it again?
Put me on the spot, huh?
Yeah. Okay, man. Gotta
Why
ask
not?
you.
I mean, it can only get worse, right? It can only get worse. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it can only get worse. For sure. I mean, there was a sliced bread. There was a sliced bread number 2, and then followed up by the water bucket. This is seriously like 40 minutes of promos, though. I'm almost kind of sad there were just 2 matches.
Yeah, like,
There's the ether rag spot
it just felt like a missed out wrestling.
and giant potato chip.
I could see if they have any more if they have just match
No, let's not go
videos.
too far on that one.
We need to focus on other promotions. Not promotions.
Excellent use by both of them of the giant potato chips. The wavy lays.
I mean, those West Coast crumbles.
Yeah, the wavy lays.
The last video they posted was 5 months ago, and it was about the end of the promotion.
By the way, I totally underrated moment in that finish of that match with the table. I guess let's call it a table spot. Was the unnecessary sit out? Like he still did the sit out.
Oh, yeah.
Not
the sit
necessary.
out,
No, he didn't
even
need to
though
do it.
hurt
It was just
him.
like through the table. It was like off the let's say, using wrestling terms, off the cage through the table. So off the fence through that potato chip, wedged onto the stump. Didn't need to do the sit out, but such is life.
Yep.
All right. So, Brian, where can they find?
Where can
you
they find
in,
me? Oh my
Iraq?
goodness! This is the time for the plugs, huh? Mostly, well, we do our channel, we do our streaming on hitbox.tv/IRM stream, IRMSTREAM, and also the best place to find us would be on Twitter, twitter.com/IRMstream. Trying to keep it nice and simple. We have 2 YouTube channels. All of our links are on the Hitbox channel, so hitbox.tv/IRMstream. That's where you can find us. We do, all sorts of stuff. HCL and Kumite, which are basically simulated mixed martial arts shows that are with live commentary and stuff like that. And, it's just some fun video game stuff. A little bit of wrestling, a little bit of video gaming, a little bit of interactive fun. That's about it. That's usually where that's what I occupy my time with. You guys watch weird backyard wrestling stuff where 11-year-olds are bleeding because of thumbtacks put in their heads the wrong way. I do stuff that involves fewer children getting injured. I'm not saying none, but fewer.
And so check that out. They're really
thank you
awesome.
guys. Thank you guys.
Yes,
Oh,
they
and
are.
also, I don't know when this is going to air, but if it's airing before the Royal Rumble, we're doing a...
I will have this probably
cool.
edited Saturday.
Awesome.
And
Well,
uploaded
then,
by then.
if you're listening to this before Sunday the 10th or Monday the 18th of January, we're doing a marathon Royal Rumble watch starting at 2015, going backwards to 89. Rumble matches only. We're finding a workaround of how we're going to do it because we can't flat out stream it, but you're going to log into the stream, hear us talk about it, and all that good stuff. Plus, January 31st, I literally, less than an hour before we recorded this, I got the official word that this is happening. Nova Pro Wrestling is having their second show, if you guys don't mind me plugging that, in Springfield, Virginia, January 31st. It's a Sunday. It's a Sunday after the Rumble. 5 p.m. bell time. Lots of great stuff. Main event's going to be Sanjay Dutt taking on Ethan Case. I had the link here a second ago. I was just looking it up. I was just reading it. Sanjay Dutt taking on Ethan Case for the PWI Ultra J title match. Eric Royal and a bunch of guys from CWF, including the Rejects. Reed Bentley and John Wayne Murdoch are going to be in action against the Bravado Brothers. Bunch of great stuff. Local guys from Virginia, plus guys from the Carolinas, from the Midwest, all sorts of great stuff like that. That's it. You can go VA Wrestling on Twitter is where you can find all the info for them. So twitter.com/VA Wrestling. Yes.
Now it's my turn to plug something.
Okay.
Coming soon, probably at the end of January, the Card of Tard.
Oh boy.
Backyard MMA.
Oh boy.
For fuck's sake. Here we go.
The idea is me and a couple of buddies maybe Bryan, maybe Caveman, whatever, get together, and I create about an hour worth of stuff playlist, and we watch Backyard Wrestling / Backyard MMA. And we make it a little shindig.
Oh boy, a shindig.
Alright.
I love it.
Yeah, shindig.
Sounds.
Yep.
I gotta tell you, that sounds awful.
And,
It sounds like I'm in.
alright. Well,
Okay.
I guess if we're done showing stuff,
Yep.
time to say goodbye.
For Blake, Bryan, and
Caleb,
Caleb, see you guys later.
bye-bye.